It was supposed to be a moment of happiness, a celebration of love and trust, but today Porsha Williams' world came crashing down. The strong, confident star we all admire was left utterly shaken when Todd Tucker denied something that should have brought joy and hope, a pregnancy. Imagine dreaming of a future, only to have it ripped away in a heartbeat. The shock, the disbelief, the sudden panic is a pain so raw, so real, that fans everywhere feel it alongside her. This wasn't just news, it was a heart-wrenching betrayal. Porsha's reaction was immediate: tears, confusion, and the kind of panic that makes your chest tighten. The woman who's always been fearless suddenly felt fragile, vulnerable, and alone. The world watched as a life-changing moment turned into a nightmare. Every glance, every word, every hopeful thought was shattered. Fans can't stop talking about it, and social media is flooded with heartbreak and outrage. Did Todd really play her? Was it all a cruel game, or is there more to this story than anyone could have imagined? This moment is more than gossip. It's a raw, human story of trust, love, and betrayal. Porsha's heartbreak is so intense, so viral-worthy, that it's impossible to look away. And as the rumors spread, the panic grows, and the tears continue, one question hangs heavy in the air: how could something so beautiful turn so devastating, so fast? Today, the world sees Porsha like never before, human, emotional, and utterly broken. It was a day that fans of the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Porsha Williams will never forget. A day when the world seemed to stand still as shocking news hit the headlines, sending waves of disbelief and heartbreak through social media. Porsha Williams, known for her radiant energy, her confidence, and her fearless approach to life, found herself in a situation that no one could have imagined. Todd Tucker, the man she trusted, the man she shared her life and dreams with, dropped a revelation that shook not just her, but the entire fan base. Rumors of a pregnancy had been swirling for weeks, whispers growing louder in interviews, social media posts, and casual conversations among fans. And while hope and excitement should have been in the air, instead, panic and heartbreak filled every corner of Porsha's world. Todd's public denial of the pregnancy wasn't just a rejection of a rumor, it was a blow to Porsha's heart, a moment that left her questioning everything she thought she knew about love, trust, and her relationship. The emotional toll was immediate. Porsha, who has always carried herself with strength and dignity, was suddenly caught in a storm of confusion and fear. Imagine being on top of the world, believing that a new chapter of life, joy, and love is unfolding before your eyes, only to have it snatched away in an instant. The panic, the tears, the disbelief, all captured in a single moment of shocking reality, painted a picture of a woman grappling with an emotional earthquake. Fans watching the unfolding drama could hardly bear to see such a fearless figure so vulnerable, so human, and so deeply wounded. Social media exploded with reactions, people sharing their heartbreak alongside hers, discussing every detail, dissecting every expression, and questioning Todd's intentions. Could this have been a cruel manipulation, a game played on a woman who had given her heart completely, or was there more to the story that no one yet understood? For weeks prior, subtle hints and interactions had been fueling the rumor mill. Todd and Porsha's relationship had always been one that captivated fans. The highs, the lows, the intimate moments, and the public spats. They were a couple who lived much of their lives in the spotlight, and every move they made was scrutinized by millions. When rumors of a possible pregnancy surfaced, fans had imagined the joy, the celebrations, and the life-changing moments that could have followed. But instead of joy, the news brought a shattering reality. Todd's denial was like a hammer striking at the very foundation of trust and hope. Porsha's immediate reaction, a mix of panic, sorrow, and utter disbelief, was a glimpse into the heartache of someone whose dreams had been interrupted in the cruelest way imaginable. The emotional layers of this moment were complex. On one hand, there was the raw, personal pain Porsha experienced, the fear, the uncertainty, and the question of whether she had been deceived. On the other hand, there was the public spectacle, magnified by the ever-present eye of fans and the media. Every tweet, every Instagram story, every post was dissecting, analyzing, and speculating. Some fans expressed outrage at Todd, accusing him of playing Porsha. Others sympathized with the heartbreak, feeling her pain as though it were their own. The intensity of emotion was palpable, and the world watched in suspense as a story that should have been private turned into a public narrative of betrayal, trust, and heartbreak. Adding to the drama was the context of Porsha's past experiences. She is no stranger to emotional challenges, having faced personal struggles, public scrutiny, and relationship hurdles before. But this moment was different. The combination of hope and heartbreak, the weight of public attention, and the very human pain of potential betrayal created a scenario that was both shocking and deeply moving. Fans were not just witnessing gossip. They were witnessing a deeply emotional, human story unfold in real time. The power of this moment lies in its relatability. Even celebrities, even icons of strength like Porsha Williams, are vulnerable to heartbreak, deception, and the unexpected turns of life. The social media reaction only intensified the emotional gravity. Clips of Porsha's stunned expression went viral, fans posting side-by-side images, emotional gifs, and heartfelt commentary. The comment sections overflowed with shock, anger, empathy, and disbelief. People debated Todd's intentions endlessly. Was this a calculated move? A misunderstanding? Or something more sinister? The speculation created a digital storm that mirrored the emotional storm Porsha herself was enduring. For those watching from afar, it was impossible to turn away. Every reaction, every post, every analysis added layers to the intensity, creating a collective experience of heartbreak and suspense that crossed the line between celebrity gossip and emotional empathy. What made this moment truly unforgettable was its combination of vulnerability and drama. Porsha's panic was not just about the denial itself, but the shattering of trust and the fear of having been misled by someone she loved. The emotional impact was magnified by the public nature of the revelation. It's one thing to experience heartbreak in private, but entirely different when millions of eyes are watching, speculating, and emotionally engaging with every tear, every flinch, every pause. The intensity was amplified to viral-level drama, making it a moment that would be remembered, dissected, and shared endlessly. By the end of the day, the story had taken on a life of its own. Fans were creating threads, theories, and endless discussions. The emotional weight was no longer confined to Porsha alone. It had spread, infecting the public imagination, creating a shared experience of suspense, heartbreak, and raw human emotion. For Porsha, this was more than just gossip or rumors. It was a deeply personal confrontation with reality, trust, and love. And for fans, it was a moment of emotionally charged drama, intense speculation, and viral-level gossip that would dominate conversations for days to come. The aftermath of Todd Tucker's shocking denial of Porsha Williams' rumored pregnancy was immediate and overwhelming. Within hours, social media had erupted into a storm of emotion, with fans, commentators, and fellow celebrities weighing in on what had just unfolded. Tweets were flying, Instagram stories were buzzing, and hashtags began trending almost instantly. The world couldn't get enough of the story, dissecting every expression, every word, every subtle hint in interviews and appearances. For Porsha, the reality of the situation was unbearable. What should have been a private, hopeful moment in her life had now turned into a public spectacle of heartbreak, scrutiny, and judgment. The vulnerability she displayed, the raw emotion visible in every gesture, every tear, resonated with millions. People empathized deeply, sharing stories of their own heartbreaks, their own moments of betrayal, and their own fears of being blindsided by those they trusted most. Fans flooded social media with commentary, some accusing Todd of being manipulative and deceitful. "He totally played her," became a viral refrain, echoing across platforms as people debated the motives and intentions behind his shocking denial. Others expressed sympathy, emphasizing the human aspect of the story. A woman, strong and courageous as she may appear, can still be caught off guard, vulnerable, and deeply hurt when someone she loves turns her world upside down. The emotional intensity of Porsha's reaction, panic, confusion, and disbelief, became a focal point for discussion. Clips of her stunned expression circulated widely, each frame analyzed for hints, each pause studied for hidden meaning. For viewers, it was impossible to look away. It was raw, real, and heartbreakingly relatable. Adding to the drama was the nature of Porsha and Todd's relationship itself. Their highs and lows had been extensively documented on reality television, leaving fans intimately familiar with their personal dynamics. Moments of laughter, tenderness, and even conflict had built a narrative that audiences felt personally invested in. When the pregnancy rumors emerged, hope and excitement began to swell in fans' hearts, imagining a future where love might triumph and new life might bring happiness. Todd's denial, however, shattered those dreams in an instant. The emotional juxtaposition, anticipation and heartbreak, love and betrayal, created an atmosphere so tense that the collective fanbase felt as though they were living the drama alongside Porsha herself. As discussions spread, the speculation intensified. Some wondered if Todd's denial was part of a misunderstanding, or perhaps a strategic move to protect his privacy. Others suggested that there might have been a deeper, hidden agenda, and that Porsha had been unknowingly manipulated. Every angle, every theory, fueled further conversation, adding layers to an already complicated situation. Porsha's own expressions, from wide-eyed shock to moments of visible panic, were interpreted as confirmation of the worst fears. Fans debated whether she had been misled, whether Todd had intentionally played with her emotions, or whether this was simply an unfortunate miscommunication amplified by the public eye. The intensity of emotion, coupled with the viral nature of social media discussion, turned a personal heartbreak into a collective cultural moment, a real-time narrative of betrayal, vulnerability, and human emotion. Adding fuel to the fire were Porsha's closest friends and fellow celebrities who expressed support and empathy. Messages of solidarity poured in, each one reinforcing the fact that Porsha was not alone, that even in the midst of public scrutiny, she had allies who understood her pain. Interviews and social media posts painted a picture of someone grappling with shock while trying to maintain composure, a delicate balancing act that only made her emotional vulnerability more striking. For fans, it was both heartbreaking and compelling, the strength of a public figure confronted with private devastation. Every reaction, every supportive post, and every public statement amplified the emotional stakes, making the drama feel immediate, personal, and undeniably intense. In addition to emotional reactions, the story triggered intense debate about trust and relationships in the public eye. Many fans reflected on the difficulty of navigating personal matters while being constantly observed, highlighting the tension between private vulnerability and public scrutiny. Porsha's situation became a mirror for viewers, reflecting their own experiences with betrayal, disappointment, and heartbreak. The emotional resonance of the moment, the panic, the denial, the tears, created a shared experience between celebrity and fan, blurring the lines between reality television and real-life empathy. Each viewer felt connected to her story, invested in the unfolding drama, and unable to turn away from the heartbreak playing out before them. As the hours turned into days, speculation continued to dominate social media and online forums. Every appearance, every interview, every gesture was analyzed with painstaking attention. Headlines amplified the tension, describing Porsha's heartbreak, Todd's denial, and the ongoing debate over whether she had been played. Fans continued to share theories, emotions, and personal connections to the story, creating a digital echo chamber of empathy, outrage, and fascination. In the midst of all this, Porsha's emotional journey became a lens through which viewers could explore their own feelings about love, trust, and vulnerability. The intensity of the story, combined with the viral engagement of fans, elevated what could have been a simple rumor into a cultural moment, a deeply emotional, intensely human, and gossip-worthy narrative that would be remembered for weeks to come. As the days unfolded after Todd Tucker's shocking denial, the story only grew darker, more intense, and impossible to ignore. Porsha Williams' heartbreak became the centerpiece of an emotional storm, one that swept through social media, fan forums, and news outlets with unrelenting force. The initial shock had transformed into a full-blown narrative of vulnerability, betrayal, and the fragility of trust in relationships lived under the public eye. Clips of her stunned reactions circulated endlessly, fans replaying every pause, every glance, every subtle twitch of her expression, as if searching for answers in the rawest moments of human emotion. The panic, the confusion, and the heartbreak were not just visible, they were contagious, seeping through the screens and into the hearts of everyone watching. For a woman often seen as strong and fearless, this display of vulnerability was both mesmerizing and gut-wrenching. Speculation ran rampant. Fans analyzed Todd's past statements, interactions, and even social media behavior, trying to piece together a timeline or uncover motives. Some argued he had played her deliberately, manipulating her emotions for reasons only he could understand. Others defended him, suggesting that misunderstandings and miscommunications could have escalated the situation, creating a public perception of betrayal that might not reflect the private reality. Every new post, every interview snippet, every cryptic comment fueled the fire, pushing the story to viral heights. Fans dissected every word Porsha spoke, every expression she made in public appearances, turning her heartbreak into a collective spectacle of analysis, empathy, and outrage. The emotional gravity of the situation was intensified by the context of Porsha's personal history. She had faced challenges before, the ups and downs of fame, past relationship struggles, and the relentless scrutiny of public life, yet nothing had prepared her for a moment like this. The combination of hope, potential joy, and sudden betrayal created a perfect storm of emotion that fans could not look away from. There was an almost cinematic quality to it. The anticipation of happiness followed by a devastating reversal, the hero of the story rendered vulnerable, human, and painfully exposed. People around the world were not just watching gossip unfold, they were witnessing the raw, unfiltered reality of someone experiencing shock and despair at the hands of someone they trusted. Adding to the drama were the social media reactions, which escalated into a whirlwind of empathy, outrage, and viral commentary. Fans flooded comment sections, creating a digital chorus of heartbreak and speculation. Memes, reaction videos, and GIFs depicting Porsha's shocked expressions were shared across platforms, reinforcing the narrative of emotional devastation. The intensity of this online engagement reflected how deeply invested the audience had become, as though they were emotionally intertwined with Porsha's own experience. Celebrities and influencers joined the conversation, offering support, analysis, and even their own theories about Todd's motives. Each voice amplified the story, adding complexity, drama, and viral-level intrigue. Within this maelstrom, Porsha's own emotional journey became the heartbeat of the narrative. Fans observed her moments of silence, the tears she fought to hold back, and the vulnerability that emerged when the facade of control slipped away. It was a reminder that fame does not shield anyone from heartbreak, that strength can coexist with fragility, and that even the most poised individuals can be rocked to their core by betrayal. Every reaction, every pause, every heartfelt glance became a symbol of the raw, unfiltered humanity behind the public persona. It was impossible to separate the spectacle from reality, as the intensity of her emotions reached viral-level drama that captivated millions worldwide. The story also sparked widespread conversation about trust, love, and betrayal in the modern world, particularly under the lens of public scrutiny. Many fans reflected on their own experiences, drawing parallels to moments when they too had felt blindsided, hurt, or manipulated. The emotional resonance extended beyond celebrity gossip, becoming a narrative about human vulnerability that connected viewers across different walks of life. Porsha's experience served as a reminder of the fragility of trust, the pain of disappointment, and the emotional consequences of betrayal, all magnified when lived out in front of millions of eyes. As speculation continued to dominate, the question of Todd's intentions loomed larger than ever. Was it a misunderstanding, a cruel joke, or a deliberate act of manipulation? The ambiguity fueled endless debate, turning social media into a storm of hypotheses, accusations, and empathy. Each new post, each reaction video, each discussion thread added layers to the story, making it impossible for fans to detach emotionally. The narrative had become not just about Porsha and Todd, but about the intensity of human emotion, the universality of heartbreak, and the viral power of public vulnerability. By the time the week ended, the story had solidified into a cultural moment, a perfect storm of raw emotion, betrayal, speculation, and fan engagement. Porsha Williams' panic and heartbreak, Todd Tucker's denial, and the ensuing social media frenzy combined into a narrative that was both intensely personal and globally viral. For fans, it was an emotional roller coaster, a real-time story of human fragility that transcended celebrity gossip and touched the core of empathy. And for Porsha herself, it was a moment that would linger in her personal life, a reminder of how quickly trust can be challenged, hope can be shattered, and vulnerability can be thrust into the public eye. Now, we want to hear from you. Yes, you watching right now. What do you think really happened between Porsha Williams and Todd Tucker? Was this a cruel betrayal, a misunderstanding blown out of proportion, or something far deeper that no one yet knows? Fans all over the world are asking the same questions, and your voice matters in this conversation. Drop your thoughts, theories, and reactions in the comments below, because this is the place where the drama continues beyond the screen. Did Todd really play Porsha, or is there more to this story that the cameras didn't capture? Your opinions could spark discussions, debates, and maybe even help others understand the heartbreak, the panic, and the intense emotions Porsha experienced. And don't stop there. If this story shocked you, if it made your heart ache, or if you felt the raw intensity of Porsha's panic, hit that like button. Every like, every share, every reaction helps us bring more real, viral, emotionally charged stories to life. Stories that make you feel, react, and engage. Share this video with friends, family, and fellow fans, because moments like this aren't just gossip. They are unforgettable stories of trust, heartbreak, and human vulnerability. Finally, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss updates, reactions, and behind-the-scenes insights about Porsha, Todd, and every shocking twist in this ongoing saga. The story isn't over, and the next chapter could bring more heartbreak, more drama, and more viral-level intensity. Join the conversation, be part of the fan community, and let us know, what do you think? How would you feel if you were in Porsha's shoes? Comment now, react now, and stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and the emotions are only getting stronger.